Hi guys, Sean here, and today we're going to talk about Black Clover chapter 181. This chapter was, out there to say, the most informative chapter we've had in Black Clover so far by far, because not only do we have info on the reincarnation magic spell now, but we also have info regarding the reason why the elves actually go berserk. Now the implications of certain reveals in this chapter have to do a lot with the overall storyline. Now first things first, we find out that Licht is reincarnated into an artificial body. The implications of this might mean that Petrie was reincarnated into the body that was destined to be Licht, and because of this, Licht had to be forced to be reincarnated into another body, or Licht's body was destroyed and his spirit ended up being reincarnated into an artificial body. Now that does not actually explain why Petrie looks like Licht, as Drat actually pointed at in this chapter, so that is for another video. The next point we find out in this chapter is the fact that not only can you cast the reincarnation magic spell without the use of all of the magic stones as it is the case right now, but apparently the reincarnation magic spell has side effects, and one of the side effects is what actually prompts the elf out there to say to go berserk, and it is termed by Petrie Wicked Heart. So it would tie down to the demon, because we know that Asta's rumor is probably that of the demon that actually possessed Licht, and we've seen countless times that when the elves go berserk, some sort of ominous aura emanates from their bodies, and writings similar to those of Asta's grimoire end up appearing wherever they are, and it appears Asta uses his third sword to neutralize this magic. So it would tie pretty well to the overall storyline, which revolves around the reincarnation magic spell and what happened to the elves in the past. So this chapter was quite informative regarding those three. Out there to say it's been the most informative we've had so far. So these three things are very important to the overall story, and I'll be discussing them in a separate video. But let's get back to the subject of discussion. So Petrie was going berserk, and he ended up trying to attack Finral when Finral teleported the two captains. Now with a clean cut, Yami and Jack hit him, since we already knew that Jack's magic was going to get him at some point. But then the high tier elf that Petrie isn't taken out that easily, and he even goes as far as destroying the whole of the area where they find themselves with his space magic. But then again, Finral points out that the battle is over, because the moment Petrie forgot about Finral and went out on a rampage, Finral teleported himself and did what big brothers do best, taught Petrie a lesson which he, I believe, wouldn't forget, and saved Langris in the process. So saving Langris was quite similar to how Locke was saved, so I won't go back to how Locke was saved, but I found it quite a little convenient that he easily saved Langris. But then again, we can't actually have too many battles at this moment, since we haven't seen what Asta and the others have been doing so far. So battles side by side are good, but they don't actually have to waste too many chapters on certain battles. So I think that it was a good idea for Tabata to end this battle as soon as possible. The way the chapter ended in itself was like Tabata telling us that I know you guys want to see what Asta is doing, I know you guys want to see what Juno's up to, but I had to do this, so we'll be heading back to them in the next chapter. So in the next chapter, I expect to see Asta or Juno and what they're actually doing. Then again, another reveal that was made in this chapter was the fact that it appears all of the members of the Golden Dawn that were actually raiding the royal capital have been taken out. So Baval, the elf that actually popped up behind Mimosa, must have been taken out in some way. I don't actually know who did that, but it appears Kirish, Mimosa, and the Mushroom Dude were actually able to take him out, which is good news for us. That might mean that there's a glimmer of hope in this dire moment. So it was quite cool as a chapter, and I was really pleased. Now we know that Petrie actually makes his way to the dungeon and finds out from Raya that Licht is asleep. So most of the top tier elves that are left are within the dungeon. We also know that Charla, as well as the elves in Oma, Owen, and Marx, are still somewhere in the royal capital and are probably recuperating. So there are a lot of high tier elves headed to the royal capital at the moment. It'll be cool to see what Kaiser Grand Orca and Dorothy Unsworth are up to, because these two captains are the most mysterious captains. So it'll be cool to see what these guys are up to. Though Kaiser Grand Orca is new as a captain, I believe he must have some really good ability that might actually enable him to take out most of the elves. Now it's cool to also see that Girl Puazo as well as the Lebuchi are also out, so we're cool to see what these guys are also up to. Last but not least, I wanted to say that it was quite sad that we haven't seen Asta and for a while now, but I believe these diversions are actually useful to show us the situation at hand and are very advantageous for the overall plot. So the story progression in this chapter was quite good. This chapter is definitely 8.5 out of 10, and let me know your thoughts about this this chapter in the comment section. Was it good? Was it bad? Anything you think I did not touch in the chapter, please tell me in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in a bit. As usual, I'm your host Sean, and this is bye bye for now.